This is our new Tesla studio. Can't we say that? This is our Tesla studio. We got studios all over the place. I might have to come here more often. And we're with Will Nicholas. He's the Tesla Government Relations Manager from New York City, although he grew up in the area, so it's not like he's just one of these big city slickers with us. Also with us is Hugh Joyce, is the owner of James River Air Conditioning, and that's a Henrico County headquartered business originally founded by Hugh's father all the way back in 1967. Lyndon Johnson was president. Hugh is a well-known advertiser in the Richmond metro area, but he doesn't advertise with us. So, well, you got an opportunity now to advertise with us and continue to be a well-known advertiser. You're offering to appear on television ads for his business, as well as billboards and other media, because he's such a great-looking guy. He believes in clean, efficient use of energy, and he's told the Richmond Times-Dispatch that his Model S is one of the best purchases of his life. He says it's clean, it exemplifies everything I believe in, and it's made in America. 30,000 jobs in the U.S., more coming to Nevada. So everybody is here with us. You, welcome.
Good morning. Great to be here. Great to be at the Tesla store. And
pretty exciting, isn't it?
It's so exciting. I mean, this has been a long time coming, and I'm just excited that I don't have to load my Tesla up on a flatbed and jettison it up to Maryland or Northern Virginia when I need something done, which is very rarely, and it's normally just for the annual inspection that they encourage me to get. So, as a matter of fact, I've never had it break down, but I mean, it is really great to have a relationship right here in Richmond and in town, and I'm just excited to be here, and I am a gigantic fan of the car and what it's going to do, not only for America, but for the world. And I really do think the electric car will change the world, and I do think the electric car will lead to ultimate world peace, and I'm not playing. I'm serious. World peace. I'm not kidding.
The thing I like about it is no oil changes, no gas, no maintenance, 8-year warranty, and the new Model 3 that's coming out. You know, when Tesla first came out, and I looked at the Model S and the Model X, I mean, I'm just a middle-class wage earner, so like, okay, that's, I looked at it, that's kind of interesting. Now you get the Model 3 coming out. That's out now. It's on a little bit of a
I have one on order.
You have it on order, $35,000. Yeah. Plus, if you take advantage of it, now you get a $7,500 tax break. That's not for Tesla. That's for any electric car.
Right. And I'll miss the time. I'm 200,000 back, so I'll miss the credit. But it's still, like, as you said, it's a great deal. In the mid 40s. So, I mean, even if you load it up in the mid 40s, mid 30s base car. So, I mean, it is a car for the masses. I think they've sold over 400,000 of them in the queue, which is shocking to me. I mean, over it's a 4-year-old manufacturer, basically, running assembly lines 4 years and to be at this level, and the quality of the car. I mean, I've been driving mine for 4 years. The quality of the car is unbelievable. I don't know how they did it. I don't know who did it, but all I know is it's true.
Okay, we got to get to some questions, and then we're going to get to the UVA announcer story, that is just crazy, and it's why Gillespie is going to win. We're going to get into that in a minute. But this is from Corey in Williamsburg. One of our listeners says, no doubt that Tesla is a beautiful technology. What about the exotic metals that go into the manufacturing of all electric vehicles? What about their supply? Also, he says, is lithium sufficiently available in the USA, or will importing be required? Will, did you ever think you'd get these kind of questions?
They're good questions. You have a curious audience, and I'm impressed by that. As you mentioned many times on the show, we are a domestic manufacturer. We're proud that over 90% of the parts that are going to come for Model S, X, and 3 will be American-born. And so we're trying to not only produce a supply chain that is purely domestic, but also at scale that can increase the affordability of all our products, and so that they're available for Americans and folks around the world, so they can feel good about their purchase at a price that makes sense and within their budget.
Well, I mean, the way you've got the Model 3 price now, that's within anybody's budget. Plus, I haven't done the calculation on this, but I drive a lot, right? Because I go from Virginia Beach to Richmond to Washington, D.C. to New York throughout the month. I mean, I don't even know what I spend in gas, but it's a lot of money. That's all gone, right? That just goes.
Well, it's gone. You plug the car in and get up and
just
go.
Just plug it in.
And I've tried to do the calculation myself. We think, and hopefully the Tesla guys can tell me, but I think we're driving for 60 to 70 cents, 80 cents a gallon equivalency, depending on what gas is per gallon. So if you look at what it costs to buy the KWs to charge the battery from your power company versus what the gas at the pump costs, in Virginia with our power rates at 8, 9, 10 cents KW, and that's not TOU rates, but, we're driving for 50, 60, 70, 80 cents a gallon equivalency, depending on that. So it's typically at least half. Plus, it's the cleanliness, it's the simplicity. You've got the
no maintenance,
you
no
have
oil change,
superchargers all over the state. So if you are pushing the 200-mile range, you go into a supercharger, 20 to 40 minutes.
Does
you're charged.
Tesla have an app for that? Like, do you just hit an
app?
Yeah.
It's on your screen. Well, it's on the screen in the car. It shows you where the superchargers are, and it says you're this far from that one or this one or that one. So, the whole range anxiety thing pretty much goes away unless you're doing something real cuckoo, like going somewhere crazy. But if you're going up and down the East Coast, you can go anywhere you want in the car and be very comfortable.
All right, Peter in Virginia Beach says, would you please ask Mr. Tesla, I guess that's you, what the cost is to install a charger at home for the electric car?
Indeed. So a unique part about a Tesla is that it can plug into any universal outlet.
Can I answer that question?
Please.
Yes.
It doesn't need a charger. It just plugs in a plug, so you don't need anything. But in a perfect world, you'd have a 40 amp dryer plug, because the charger is typically on board these. So you need to have an electrician put in a dryer plug, which is typically $200 to $400. That's a worst case scenario, but you don't even have to do that. You can plug it into a regular plug. So there are different levels, but that is a minimal issue with the Tesla.
You answered it best. And we do recommend, Tesla drivers taking advantage of the convenience of charging in their garage or in their driveway. But something that we're taking on is the ubiquity of charging facilities around the country and around the world. So Hugh touched on our supercharger network that quickly charges your car in about 20 to 30 minutes. And we've installed over 400 of those around the country, so you can take longer road trips. And we also have our destination charging network, where we'll actually install what he was just mentioning, a level 2 charger, which will take a few hours, but we're gifting them to hotels, restaurants, shopping centers, theaters, so that folks, when they are out and they are away from their homes, they have the convenience of charging.
Yeah, I was up on Capitol Hill, pulled into the Hyatt, 3 Tesla chargers right out in front, prime parking places. So a lot of times you get the best parking place in the house with an electric car. Also in front of the stadium for the Redskins, you can back right up to the front door, plug in, charge, and tailgate. So there are benefits that the early adapters are getting.
That's right, all good. So, but what you're saying is there's no machine that you have to buy, right? You just
it's a plug.
It's just a plug.
Yeah, so if you're traveling and you just have a 110 plug, that's going to take much longer to charge the car, but you can just plug it into a regular plug. You have little adapters for the
It's kind of like buying a phone. It comes with a charger. Our car also comes with one that can plug into either a 120 or 240 volt outlet.
So it's different, and I have owned other electric cars, and those you have to buy a $1,200 to $2,000 charger that goes on the wall, which it's not a barrier, but it's more expensive. The Tesla is the best scheme I have seen in terms of charging.
All right. Well, it's a pretty exciting thing. We're here with live at the new Tesla store in Richmond. It's going to be open on Friday at 10 a.m. If you want to come and check it out, 9850 West Broad Street in Glen Allen. Got to commit that to memory.